Hello, good evening, or good afternoon rather. Welcome back to my channel. This is Mac, and I wanted to discuss the quarters for this year concerning my business. And when I say this year, I'm like literally talking about current 2023. If you've seen, I think I mentioned before in my videos, this notebook right here, I write down everything in here, like all my thoughts, anything concerning my business that comes to mind, it is in here. So when I say I mean any thoughts, recipes, goals, plans, products I feel I want to test, anything that I want to buy, it is literally in here. I wouldn't say I'd be lost without it, but I would seriously be hurting without it. It is needed. Sometimes trying to hold everything into your mind and just like, oh, I'm gonna make a mental note of this or that, that does not always work, and I'm the first to tell you it does not work. So I'm a fan of writing everything down, like literally everything. And I get some people are more tech savvy, so you may have it written down on like your iPad or something, but I love having a notebook, something like me physically writing it down or whatnot. But like I said, I wanted to do a video discussing the quarters from this year and how it went for me, honestly. I'm gonna tell you now, no money was made. Well, I had one sale, but for the most part, no money was made this year for my business. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. I think sometimes when you run a business, everyone gets so caught up on making money. Like, I have to do this, I have to do that. And reality is that's not always the case. And so this year for me was spent more so on reflecting and thinking about where I want my business to go moving forward. Like when I first started my business, you know, like most, you know, you have an idea and you follow through on it, right? So I started, and when I first started my business, I was selling cold processed soaps. That's all I was selling. And I feel like for me personally, I do feel like I did pretty good. The only thing is, after a while, you get to a point where you're like, I want to offer more. I feel like I need to offer more, because it's like, I just sell soap. I want to sell soap, plus also give you the added protection of giving you a body butter or a body cream, something to add even more moisture to your skin, or give you the things that your skin may need, or fix an issue that your skin may have. So with that being said, I felt like it was time for me to step it up a little bit. And I feel like within your business, everyone will know when it is time for them to step it up, to increase what it is that they're doing. And this year was that for me. So without further, yip yap, let's go ahead and get started. So the way I did it, I wrote down the whole year, like literally, oh no, can you see that? Yeah, I wrote down the whole year, January, February, all the way down to December. And so what we're gonna do is just gonna go through the months and we're gonna say what it was. So let's start. Quarter one was January, February, and March. Now, my plans were, let me rephrase that. This is a combination of plans, goals, and reality, like what actually happened. So quarter one was January, February, and March. So for January, I have up here product making, content creation, no money made, research, and created content. Now I will say that although me creating content is not always content that is posted or used. Don't ask me why. Sometimes I'm procrastinating. Sometimes I look at it too much and I'm like, nah, I gotta redo that. But yes, that's what happened with January. February, my plans were to do a Valentine release and a Black History release. Did not happen. March was prep, content making, product making, and order supplies to plan out my next quarter. I want to say I do believe that did happen. And everything else did as far as planning and stuff. But again, in blue, I have up here biggest day. No sales made in first quarter. So let's get into second quarter. Second quarter is April, May, and June. So I had one sale on Etsy. Now, that was a good thing. But at the same time, come May, I closed my Etsy store. And nothing gets Etsy. I do plan to go back to it and reopen it and everything, but it's just I got to a point to where I wanted to focus on my website versus trying to have a million one thoughts between the different social medias, between Facebook Market, Instagram, just like all of those things. I wanted to start focusing on one particular platform and then go from there. And for me, that was my own website. So I had one sale from Etsy. In May, I actually closed Etsy, and then in June, actually close my website. And that was mainly because I had sold out of like all my soaps and things like that I had listed at the time, and I hadn't had the time to actually, you know, make more products. So it was just, for me, it was kind of like perfect time for me to go ahead and close it. And not only that, I wanted to redesign my website. I wanted to, you know, change it up. I wanted to change the colors, fonts. I wanted to just change up how my website looked. And so in June, I closed my website. For June, I have up here to purchase a Panasonic camera and to plan for upcoming market, which was a fail. And also order supplies for candles and other products, still content making. Now with me, content making is going to be a forever thing. I enjoy it, but like I said, sometimes although I'm making content, I'm not necessarily posting the content. And when I say creating content for me can be anything from a video to an Instagram short, an Instagram reel, or even just a simple picture. All of that is content, and all of that can be used, you know, however one may see fit for their business. But the biggest thing for me in June was I did order a new camera. If by chance, which I don't think anyone up here does, follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I made a post, and I'll try to insert it somewhere over here or whatever, but I broke my camera. I didn't extend all the legs on my tripod, and when I went to sit it down, my baby just fell over. The screen ended up popping off, everything, like it was demolished, it was broke. And so also in June, I ended up going to Kuwait. I'm a reservist, so come back from Kuwait, it was like perfect time. I'm gonna buy me a new camera. So that is what I did, which is what I'm recording on right now. So I bought a new camera, and then also candles and other products. Candles, my husband had mentioned to me about creating a candle line for our girls, and I was just like, okay, let me do some research on it. If you haven't watched my love for cold processed soap video, go back and watch it. But the love that I had for soap, or have for soap making, is the same love I have for candle making now. And so I jumped off a cliff and just like fell in love with the process of candle making. I found it very relaxing. So then I took the step forward to go ahead and buy the materials for that. For a good starting point for myself, I ended up buying Macy's Candle Pro Maker Kit. I think that's what it's called. Again, I had to insert like a picture or whatever somewhere over here on the side, but I ended up purchasing their candle kit, and it came with, honestly, with everything that you would need. It came with 12 vessels, 12 of their Aurora vessels, 8 ounce. It came with like 12 of their tins. I was able to pick out a free fragrance oil. It came with the wet wax melter. It came with 11 pounds of their, I think it's the virgin coconut soy, plus it came with the wick, the various wicks and everything. Like, it came with literally everything you would need. It came with all their waxes in a sample size, which I think was like 11 ounces. Great kit. If you want to make candles, I would say start with that. It is a little pricey, but at the same time, if it is your first time ordering from Macy, you can get 20% off your order, if I'm not mistaken. But to me, I felt like it was a good investment because I knew that it was something that's going to be well used. It is something I'm going to get my money's worth from. So yeah, I took the dive and I bought that. Now just all right, we're gonna go ahead and close out quarter 2, and we're gonna go into quarter 3. Quarter 3 is August, September. Quarter 3 is July, August, and September. So for July, I didn't have no action. August, I have up here that I officially remade/redesigned my website. I needed to take product photos. I have purchased new molds. For September, well, let's back up. Okay, for August, mind you, I closed my website in June, but come August, I had actually taken the time to redesign my website. I haven't opened it up for the public yet because, of course, I'm like, retesting, reformulating, and everything like that. But I have redesigned my website. The only thing I need to do now is finish making products and upload them to the site. But I feel like that was like half the battle, honestly, because there's so many options out there when it comes down to colors, fonts, pictures, and all that. But this time around, being that I have a lot of product photos from things I've made over like the last few years, my website, I feel like, is going to be more personal versus when I first started my website back in 2021. I used a stock photo, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it was nice for me just starting out. But now that I'm a little bit more established, I, like I said, have tons of pictures from my own products I've made. I have a few videos from when I, sampling, showing how well my soap lather. It's gonna be more my baby. It's gonna be more personal to me because it's gonna have my own pictures up there. So I'm like really excited about that. And I have up here needed to take product photos. At the time, I had about 65 bars of soap that I had made, and they were like great soaps, some clay soaps, just good soaps all around. But with me looking to make a change, I wanted to like start fresh. I wanted everything new. And so my husband, he went home for his homecoming, and him and his best friend, or group of his best friends, they decided to do like a like people in need drive, like a homeless drive and everything. So to add to that, I went ahead and donated all the soap that I had to to a great cause or whatnot. And so it went to a good cause, and so that essentially allowed me to be put back at zero or whatever. So I never took product photos of those soaps. I just packaged them up real pretty and sent them with my husband when he went home. Oh, and I also purchased new molds in August. Let me show you real quick. The molds that I purchased are these right here. They're pretty much like 5 pounds or whatever. And of course they got the holes down at the bottom for to take it out. And this is a tall, I should say tall, extra skinny or whatever. And I recently, and I'm gonna upload the video to it, but I had recently made a batch of soap in that because I wanted to see, exactly how much, see how accurate those dimensions and fill weights are that they have listed on Amazon or whatever. But that's a solid mold. So that was August. In September, I have up here, have possibly secured my small soaping studio. May move in September 13th to be exact. And then I have end of September closed on a rental space, will only be there for a year. Now, this right here, I had originally found me a small space that I wanted to rent out. It was perfect location, it was close to home, everything. And the guy became worried of my soap making process or whatever, because of course he's looking at lies, and lye is dangerous, don't get me wrong, lies can be a dangerous chemical, but he was thinking of worse with it and everything. So he decided not to rent to me, which is understandable. But I did, however, find me a new spot, which is where I'm at now, and honestly I do love it. It is a different feeling to be able to come to your own space, create, and then go back home at the end of the day. For me, that was like a big thing for me, because I went from creating at home to, nothing wrong with that because a lot of people that do it, but I got to a point where I felt like I couldn't run my business and home at the same time, I guess, if that makes sense or whatever. Because it came down to, I started foregoing my business stuff to, of course, do things with my family and go out and, do life, live life. And it was that, and then when I would make stuff, it would have to be, of course, after everyone went to sleep, because you don't want your children running around when you're making soap, you're handling lye and things. So I found myself making products like hella late, like we're talking 12, 1, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. And it's at the point where it's like I really needed my own space, somewhere where I can come, make products, do YouTube videos, and go home after everything is said and done. And so, like I said, I secured my space, and it is all that I thought it would be. Like, I truly love it. So I have my place here, and like I said, I truly love it. So that was third quarter. Going into fourth quarter now, which is October, November, and December. So October, I have my rental space, prepping for my first market. Failed. And then for November, I have up here first market, and just saying that I didn't do it. I made test candles, no sales, no inventory. And December is currently where we're at right now. And I will like to say that although, again, I didn't make no sales, I don't have no inventory, I still feel like I have made a good amount of progress this year that is going to set me up for more success in the year to come. And honestly, that's really all you can ask for. It's just, like I say, I think sometimes as business owners and everything, you get we get so caught up on, oh, we gotta make this, gotta make this, gotta bring in money, da, da, da. But sometimes when you become so focused on that, you may lose sight of why you initially started your business or the enjoyment side of it. And just as much as I like making products, I definitely enjoy the behind the scenes of actually running a business. Like right now, although honestly, I feel like I have perfected soap making. Like no one cannot tell me that I cannot make a great batch of soap. That, let's be clear, what they say, pat myself on the back. I think that I do really well in that department, which is why I also, when my husband had mentioned to me about candles and I took that deep dive, I found that to be just as enjoyable. And I feel like candle and soap making for me is like neck and neck, because it is just a joy that you can explain it, but y'all ain't got time for that right now. That would be a separate video. Just like I made the video on what I love about soap making, I will do a video on what I love about candle making. But back to what I was saying. I think sometimes as business owners, you get caught up on the whole aspect of making money to where you lose sight of some of the important things as to why you may do it. Just the business side of the admin part of it, the reaching out to people and everything like that. And so, like I said, although this year was not a money-filled year, it was still a good year for me because I did tons of research. I was able to take a step back and think about where I want my business to go from here, what I want to add, what I want to take away, what am I going to do with, how am I going to do my website and everything. And it has honestly been just very enjoyable to keep it moving, to see how far I have come. And I look forward to sharing that with you all, in the future. I hope that you continue to come back for more and more videos, but it has definitely been an enjoyable journey. I can say that from like the bottom of my heart. I truly loved it. I've made some mistakes, buying some things and not using it, or just I've made some mistakes. I can truly admit that. But again, I have had a hell of a lot of more ups than I have. Honestly, I don't think I've had any downs, but it has been honestly enjoyable. So all my small business owners out there, I say to you, if at any point you feel like you're just losing interest or not sure what you're doing, I promise you, if you take the time to step back and really think about what it is you want for yourself, what it is you want for your business, what is it new that you can offer, you will find a whole new love, a whole new enjoyment that honestly just it can't be matched. It really cannot be matched. I would say the only two things that not even two, but a couple of things that I still struggle with would be finding my audience, which I think I've gotten better with that, and my target audience. Those are two things that I think I've kind of went up and down for me, but like I said, I'm a lot better with it now than what I was months ago. And like I said, I do contribute that to me being able to take a step back and do everything. So again, not a money-filled year, but definitely a knowledge-filled year. So I hope that you return for future videos. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If there's any input that you would like to give on what has worked for you, with your business, whether you're just starting out or you've been in business for a while, by all means, share your information below, and it might be helping somebody else out. So if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to bringing you all another video. Thank you. Bye.